Hi there. Have you hit a block with your spiritual abilities? I am psychic medium Sheila Maria, fourth generation Irish psychic, and I help people to take the next step with their psychic abilities. So I have trained thousands of people over the past decade and a half to recognize what their psychic abilities are. And one of the things that I do see a lot of is people that have had a particular experience which really stood out for them. And then they've gone to develop, hoping to replicate that experience. And the results of them trying to replicate that experience have been very, very disappointing. So there are three things that we need to consider here. First of all, if it was a spontaneous experience, it's usually either haunted house energy, which is not an indicator of where your gifts are or even involves your gift at all, or it's spontaneously been pushed through either by your spirit guides because there's an urgent need, or by a loved one in spirit that needs to get a message through. Either way, spontaneous psychic experiences can't be replicated at will. But the second thing you also need to look at is there are going to be times in your life when your psychic abilities are wide open and more active, even if you've not developed at all. Usually, this is after you've undergone some kind of very stressful situation. And it's either as you are going through that stressful situation because your receptors and your instincts are wide open and you're connecting with what we call the psychic realm, which is where people are before they cross to the light, or it's after you've gone through a particularly difficult time. This could be in any area of your life. And because you've been contracted, you are now expanding. And the third thing that you need to think about is that it's like an alarm clock going off, that there was always going to be a period of your life when your psychic abilities came awake. And this usually happens when you change soul types and you go from being one type of soul to being a more aware type of soul. And when this happens, your aura energy changes, your psychic abilities change, and very often your spirit guides change as well. Now, if you're somebody that you've been sat in a mediumship circle, or you've been trying to develop yourself at home and you haven't really got very far, usually the reason that you plateau is that you're not being exposed to strong enough energy. So, although I've been a medium for 18 years, I have only taught people for 15 years. And for the first 3 years of being a medium, I didn't teach anyone, I was being taught. And what I have observed as a medium teacher, and I teach all kinds of mediums, is that people try to develop themselves with the same sort of energy again and again and again. So that may be that you've been reading tarot and suddenly you don't seem to be getting any accurate messages. It may be that you've been trying to do mediumship and now you're just not sure who is with you or what they want. It may be that you've been trying to trans channel and all of a sudden the blending is very subtle. It may be that you've been trying to predict the future and all of a sudden what you're getting is hazy. That simply is because your aura has gotten very used to the energy. And I want to use the analogy of you going to the gym and you have a set group of exercises, and you come to a point when those exercises are having no effect. You very often won't get any more effect just by adding in more weight or more repetitions, because your muscles are used to those movements. And so usually if you are going to the gym, you would need to have a completely different set of movements targeting the same muscles but in a different way. And so the same thing is with your psychic abilities. If you've been sitting in a spiritualist circle and you now can't get anything, if you've been doing predictions and now they're not accurate, if you were feeling and hearing your spirit guides and now you're just not, it's usually that you need to change the energy that you're working with to a stronger energy for you so that you're able to go to the next level. I have a new Third Eye Masterclass coming out, which is absolutely free. And there is an opportunity as part of that masterclass to find out from me about where your gifts are. I do also at the moment offer full psychic assessments in my 1 hour sessions. And the link for those is below. Lots of love. Bye for now.